Okja is a new Netflix movie written and directed by Joon-Ho, and it's the second time he uses American actors in the cast, a more international brand of characters. If you never heard of Joon-Ho, you should. He is one of the best directors in South Korea right now, and he's actually one of the most talked about in the game right now with movies like The Host, Mother, Snowpiercer, and here comes Okja, which Netflix bought out in the film festivals. This movie had a lot of drama with Netflix and the film festivals this year because this is a movie that a lot of people complain should be in the big screen, but we will only get to see it in the small screen at Netflix. So let's talk about the movie. Tilda Swinton plays Lucy Miranda, the new head CEO of the Miranda Corporation. She starts up a contest after discovering this new form of super pig where she sends a number of them to different farmers around the world to see who can take care of them the best, and the biggest super pig will be the champion. They have 10 years to work on each super pig. Now we cut to 10 years later and we meet Miha, played by Seo-Hyun. You can tell they form a strong bond. Miha looks like she doesn't have much friends, and the best friend that she's got is Okja. But 10 years have passed up, and the corporation comes in, takes Okja away, getting him ready to send to New York, which later on Miha doesn't understand. They're gonna make him into new burgers, ribs, you name it. Miha refuses to give up on Okja, chases the corporation down, and then bumping into the ALF, an animal rights group led by Jay, played by Paul Dano. Jay wants to help Miha, but he also wants to expose the Miranda Corporation of all the ugly things they're doing to their animals. So they put Miha and Okja in this mission to bring him back into the corporation just so they can get footage and exposure of the things that the corporation are doing, which are illegal. This movie is a tough cookie. It's a little complex, especially for children. This is not the type of movie that I would put my kids into. The first half does seem like a fairy tale, like a little Bond. It really reminds me of movies like Babe. And then the second half reminds me a lot about Fast Food Nation and about how fucked up it is how we treat our animals that we eat, that we enjoy. We enjoy that McRib, but we don't know where that McRib comes from. This movie is very interesting, and while it doesn't evolve every character the way that I expected them to, like Lily Collins or Steve Yeun, or even Giancarlo Esposito, who shows up as Lucy Miranda's number 2 with a little, little shady stuff going on the side. This movie is actually packed with emotion. It's packed with raw grittiness in the moments that it needs to be, but it has such a sweet relationship when it comes to Okja and Miha, and that is all thanks to Seo-Hyun. I hope I'm saying that name right. And Okja. The CGI with Okja is actually kind of impressive. I mean, it's not the most standout thing that I've ever seen in my life, but I believed it. I believed that this thing could have been real, and that's all that matters. Another standout, of course, like it goes without saying, is Tilda Swinton, who works again with Joon-Ho after Snowpiercer, and she plays Lucy Miranda as the most eclectic, standout, and over the top as she can be, but it never loses control or it never loses focus on the type of tone the movie wants to be. Speaking of which, the worst thing in this movie, which breaks my heart to even say, is Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal didn't capture the right tone for his character. He plays a corrupted zoologist that's also the new face of the Miranda Corporation, and he's just a joke on the screen. It's kind of embarrassing to watch. It's a little cringe-worthy. It's the most asinine thing that I've seen Jake Gyllenhaal do, but I appreciate the effort, but it's the worst thing he's done since Bubble Boy. He didn't capture the right tone that the movie was going for. They went on a completely different tangent. And Seo-Hyun is fantastic. Paul Dano, he's kind of just like Paul Dano. The directing is fantastic. The writing is what I said, like it could have evolved a little more on the characters. Steve Yeun was pretty funny, but Lily Collins was just not used very well. I mean, she was just there. The second half takes a really dark turn. It's just gritty. It really kind of breaks your heart. This is not for the faint of heart, and this is definitely not for kids. But this is a fantastic movie that I think a lot of people should watch. I wish that it was in the big screens. If you live in LA and you know that Quentin Tarantino has a theater called the New Beverly, then you know that he has a print that he's putting there for the first week of July. Check it out if you can in the big theater. All in all, this movie is again fantastic. Another win for Joon-Ho. I liked it a lot more than I expected it to, because after Snowpiercer I thought, wow, he's going for a kids movie. But of course, Bong Joon-ho does things a lot more complex and, you know, than what's led to believe. So this movie gets a full 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked what you see, press like, comment below, whatever you like. Click on the links below to listen to our SoundCloud podcast. And again, thanks for watching.